Yes, my people, it's your boy Enzo, the realest in the game, and just like that, I'm back with another one. So, there's only 11 days to go until the big one. Oleksandr Usyk, Daniel Dubois will be clashing heads at Wembley for all the marbles. On the 19th of July, that is the date that Daniel Dubois will attempt to cement his name in boxing history. He can be walking amongst the boxing gods. Names such as Muhammad Ali, Lennox Lewis, Joe Frazier, Joe Louis, oh my God, Rocky Marciano, Mike Tyson. Those are the names that Daniel Dubois could join if he's able to overcome arguably the greatest fighter of our generation. A gold medalist, undisputed champion of the cruiserweight division, undisputed champion at the heavyweight division, the king of the East, the beast, Oleksandr Usyk. Who the hell is betting against Oleksandr Usyk? Please let me know in the comments and let me know why. Tell me why. Why is your reasoning? Why do you doubt Oleksandr Usyk? What makes you think Daniel Dubois can beat Oleksandr Usyk in the rematch? Because he already beat him the first fight. Let me know in the comments. I'll really appreciate it. And while you're doing that, smash the likes. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and subscribe, because that's the only way you're going to help us to grow. This is the place to be for boxing content, news, fight breakdowns, analysis, and just real talk. This is the place to be. I'm Enzo, the realist in the game. Ask the people in the community, they'll tell you all about me, man. I'm the real one. Listen, I'm going to cut this prediction real short. I'm not gonna be around the bush and tell you fantastic fairy tales and everything like that. That is not me. You can go watch other people, they'll do that for you. Do you know what I mean? But listen, my prediction for this fight, Oleksandr Usyk versus Daniel Dubois, I'm going for Oleksandr Usyk to beat Daniel Dubois. That is my decision. I've had talks with my friends who box. I've had talks with coaches, old coaches, young coaches, in between. I've had talks with boxing fans. I've had talks with myself, just talking to myself like, yo, Enzo, who do you think is going to win? I've done all that. And you know what? I've come to the decision, come to the conclusion that even though Daniel Dubois has overcome so many demons, losing to Joe Joyce, quitting against Oleksandr Usyk. He's overcome that. He's smashed up Gerald Baby Miller. He smashed up Hergovich. He smashed up Anthony Joshua at Wembley last year in September in front of 86,000 people. I get it. Daniel Dubois is much improved. Even with all that, I still do not believe that will be enough to beat a guy with over 365 amateur fights. And probably one of the greatest fighters of our generation, and the skill sets that Oleksandr Usyk possesses, I just don't see Daniel Dubois doing it. I think it's going to be a tall order. It's going to be too much. And I can only see one winner. Like I said, Oleksandr Usyk will defeat Daniel Dubois come the 19th of July at Wembley. And I'm hearing what people are saying. I'm hearing what boxing fans are saying. I'm hearing what the so-called experts in the media are saying. Yo, Daniel Dubois needs to go out there, first 5 rounds, bulldoze Oleksandr Usyk, absolutely smash him up to pieces. And like, listen, that's all fantasy world. Like, in reality, that shit ain't gonna happen, man. Let's be real. Oleksandr Usyk has gone up against Tyson Fury, Anthony Joshua, who's the other guy? The old boy, Derek Chisora, and Daniel Dubois himself the first time. None of these guys have been able to run through Usyk. In fact, Tyson Fury, who's what, 6'8", and arguably we can say Tyson Fury, in terms of boxing IQ, he's second in the heavyweight division after Oleksandr Usyk. And in terms of his boxing skills, again, he's second only to Oleksandr Usyk when it comes to the heavyweight division. I'm sure many of you will agree with me. I know there's young guys coming up, Mosai Toma and all these other guys, like, we can't count them yet. They're still fresh, innit? They're still wet behind the ears. Tyson Fury wasn't able to walk through Oleksandr Usyk, even with all his advantages, height, reach, everything. Couldn't do it. Weight. Couldn't bully Oleksandr Usyk. In fact, it was Oleksandr Usyk bullying him, pushing him back. Oleksandr Usyk was mostly on the front foot in the two fights. Tyson Fury was the one backing off and he was the bigger guy. Same thing, Anthony Joshua couldn't walk through him. Daniel Dubois couldn't walk through him. No, none of these guys could walk through him. There must be a reason why these guys can't walk through him. Because if it was that easy, they'll do it, right? They'll do it. But there's something about Oleksandr Usyk that keeps these guys off him. For me, one is just his brilliant footwork. The footwork is so good, so brilliant, so smooth with it. He's always offsetting your rhythm. You're fighting to Oleksandr Usyk's rhythm. They call him the white rabbit. He's always buzzing around you. He's always moving. The head movement is there. The upper body movement is there. In coordination with the footwork. It's all like a beautiful orchestra, whatever you call it. That's Oleksandr Usyk for you. Always popping that jab out there. Always circling that jab, bamboozling you. It's like he's putting a spell on you. By the time you react, bam, bam, 2 or 3 shots, you've ate them. And one thing about Oleksandr Usyk, he eats up the rounds. Round 1, round 2, by the time you get to round 7, you're like 7 rounds down, boy. Now you're playing catch up. That's where Oleksandr Usyk gets a lot of these guys. You're playing catch up. By the time you're playing catch up, you leave yourself exposed because now you're being reckless. You're leaving openings. Now Oleksandr Usyk starts getting to work. Now he goes up another gear. Starts popping the jab, popping the right hand. Now you're getting frustrating. You're starting to get beaten up. He's starting to hit shots to the body. He's embarrassing you. That's what Oleksandr Usyk does to these guys. Like mentally, he's so strong, so laser sharp. You're not getting to this guy, man. That's why when people say, oh, just bum rush him. Make it uncomfortable. Listen, you're not doing all that because he can wrestle. People don't understand. Oleksandr Usyk's a strong guy. Once you get in a clinch, he can fight dirty. He throws them little rabbit punches. He grabs your arms, squeezes your arms, whatever. Listen, these guys are from the Eastern Bloc, man. Former Soviet Union. Like, they know how to look after themselves. Don't think you can just walk through him and just bully him. It's not happening. It's just not happening. And again, the body. Yeah, oh, go to the body. Target the body. Listen, if we're saying target the body, everyone else has said target the body. Oleksandr Usyk knows you're going to want to target his body. So he prepares for that. When you're trying to target Oleksandr Usyk's body, what happens is you leave yourself vulnerable up top. That's when he pops the jab. That's when he's popping his left hand. Now you're looking silly. You go down to the body, okay, you risk your upper body being exposed and you're going to get peppered. That is exactly what Oleksandr Usyk does. Oleksandr Usyk, I think he averages around about 30 to 45 punches per round. He throws a lot of punches, man. He throws a lot of punches, man. And when he's standing right next to you, he's not static. He's moving around. He's moving around. He's creating those little puzzles, trying to get you to solve it. But because your fighting IQ is lower than his, by the time you figure it out, blah, 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 you've eaten 5 shots. He's off. Do you know what I mean? He's off. He's moving out from the right. He never moves out from the left. He's moving out from the right. Head, body, footwork, coordination. All in sync. That's how Oleksandr Usyk moves, man. This guy is just incredible. Daniel Dubois, I do also believe in some weird way. The only way you can beat Oleksandr Usyk is by bum rushing him. Like, just go all at him, 100 miles an hour, throw all bombs at him, yeah? Like, and just hope that you don't get tired. Because if you do get tired, oh my God, you're going to get your pants pulled down, mate. You're going to look real silly in that ring. That is the problem. And that is the danger of going 100 miles an hour against Oleksandr Usyk. That is the problem there. Like I said, Daniel Dubois, he's done so well. Fantastic. Great. He's feeling real confident, but he's not going to have enough. The gap of skill set is just not this, like, it's not the same, man. People think because what Daniel Dubois did to Anthony Joshua at Wembley by going at, like, directly at Joshua, and that worked against Joshua, they think it's going to work against Oleksandr Usyk. Is not, because Oleksandr Usyk is not Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua in that fight, let's keep it real. I'm a Joshua fan. I like Anthony Joshua. Everything that is done for British boxing in the heavyweight division, whatever. Anthony Joshua on that night at Wembley, I'm telling you right now, Dave Allen would have knocked him out on that performance. Like that was a like not even amateur performance. That was like garden fighting performance, man. That was like someone that's just learning to box performance. Guard down, chin in the air, walking, going back in straight lines. Of course you're gonna get knocked out. Of course you're gonna get knocked out. Oleksandr Usyk, he does not move back in straight lines. He moves back and he creates angles. He creates angles. Therefore, you can't pin him down. You can't pin him down and you can't throw those looping right hands to catch him on the chin because his chin is never in the air. He's got a high guard, chin tucked down, and the body is moving constantly. Constantly and trying to make you figure him out. Mentally, it's so exhausting that you're thinking, let me go 100 miles an hour. Your brain is going 100 miles an hour. It's not coordinating with your footwork. Therefore, you get tired, mate. Because your brain's working so hard, you get tired anyway. That's when Oleksandr Usyk goes into that next gear. That's what Oleksandr Usyk does to a lot of these guys. And he's going to do it again to Daniel Dubois. What's going to happen to Daniel Dubois on the 19th of July is he's going to do exactly what these so-called experts are telling him to do. He's going to go in there the first couple of rounds. He's going to absolutely go 100 miles and throw the kitchen sink at Oleksandr Usyk. But Oleksandr Usyk, with the experience and the boxing IQ and his skill set that he possesses, he's going to weather the storm. He's going to come through it. And he's going to start breaking down Daniel Dubois piece by piece, round by round. He's going to break his morale. He's going to break his body, break his soul, spirit, and mind. And you know what? I can see Daniel Dubois quitting again in the later rounds. I said round 9, round 10. I can see Daniel Dubois taking another knee or getting stopped via TKO by the referee. That's how I see that fight going. Listen, if Daniel Dubois goes out there and does the impossible, because that's what it is you listen, going up against Oleksandr Usyk, yeah, people always doubt him. Every time Oleksandr Usyk is fighting against a British fighter, we say the same thing. We say the same thing all the time. Oh, Joshua beat him, that's the rematch. Tyson Fury beat him the rematch. Now they're saying Dubois beat him in a rematch. Listen, we say the same thing. We never learn. We never learn our lesson. What people are hoping on is that Oleksandr Usyk, because he's 39 years old, they're banking on him aging in a ring. Because people say, Father Time waits for nobody. So everyone's like, oh, we hope that Usyk gets old in the ring. It's not going to happen, mate. Oleksandr Usyk keeps himself in top tip condition. They train the Soviet way. Real military training. Like there is no fatigue in that. There is no Father Time. Not yet. But if it does happen, and that's a big if, then only then Daniel Dubois might stand a chance of dethroning the king and winning all the marbles at Wembley. And what an achievement that would be. That would be incredible. But as for me, I don't see that happening. I'm a realist. I don't live in fantasy world. I don't go by emotions or sentiment. I just go by, what I see and what my head is telling me, man. What's logic? Reality. And I think that Oleksandr Usyk has got the skill set. He'll have too much for Daniel Dubois. And this fight, he won't even be close. He'll be competitive the first couple of rounds because Daniel Dubois is young, he's fresh, he's got the ambition, he's got the hunger, he's got the drive. But once he starts getting outclassed, once he starts eating a couple of the jabs, once Usyk starts breaking him down, Daniel Dubois is going to get frustrated and he's going to get stopped late on. I'm going to say round 9 or 10. Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll really appreciate it. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.